let's just get through the horrible, bad, terrible news, shall we?
Oh, yeah.
Because we have to talk about the fact that there is constant terror attacks committed by just one certain part of the population over and over and over and over again. And I feel like it's okay to call it out.
Oh, I don't feel like it. It is okay to call it out. We got to start calling it out. Yeah, we've got to start saying things, and we're going to just scream it from the rooftops at this point.
We're going to say the things. So let's start with this Old Dominion terror attack. There was this guy who decided to bust into a classroom at Old Dominion University. He was a Muslim who is tied to ISIS. And that should not come as a surprise to anyone because, right?
And his name is Muhammad. Surprise! Surprise!
Shocker. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this guy also, to make matters worse, he is a naturalized U.S. citizen from Sierra Leone. He traveled to Africa on 3 separate occasions in 2015 to join ISIS. He was then sentenced to 11 years in prison. This was a little over 10 years ago, or a little under 10 years ago, and then was let out. I'm sorry. If you go to prison in the United States for conspiring to commit terror in the name of ISIS, you don't just get out of prison. And if you do, you're shipped back to wherever the hell you came from, and you don't get to be a citizen anymore. How is this hard?
Well, what are we? Democrat, unless there's like Democrat DAs and people and, Democrats that are like just in there in the judicial system. They're like, I mean, it's fine.
He's rehabilitated. I'm sure he's fine now.
He's fine. No, he's not fine.
Oh my God.
He's not fine. This is not fine, you guys. None of it.
It's not fine. And it gets even worse. According to the Misfit Patriot, who was tweeting out some articles, it turns out that the guy that shot up the classroom was supposed to still be in prison, but for some reason, he was released early under Biden's administration in December of 24. He was sentenced to 11 years. And then did not serve all 11 years. So if Democrats are in power again, you can look forward to more of this BS, which is infuriating.
Well, listen, I mean, I think a lot of the reason that we're seeing this just to begin with is because they've let so many of these people in, there's just no vetting anymore, you guys. Right. There used to be vetting. There's no vetting. If you come into this country and you're like, I freaking hate this country. We should be like, okay, well then you don't get to come.
Right.
I mean, if I want to go, this is the thing. If I want to go to Iceland and just go live there are rules for me to get in. I have to do certain things, jump through certain hoops. I have to be some sort of a person. I have to have a certain kind of job. I have to make a certain amount of money. I mean, we just don't give a shit about that stuff. We probably should give maybe a little bit of a shit.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Yeah, we should. Thankfully, there were at least one, but probably more ROTC students that were in the classroom where this guy apparently came in and was like, hey, is this an ROTC class? And they said yes. And he immediately shot the teacher to death.
God.
And at least one student jumped into action. Actually, it was a few students, and they clobbered the ever living crap out of this guy until he was dead. Apparently, it may have involved even a knife. Like one of the kids had a knife or took a knife from this guy. I don't know.
I'll allow it.
Yeah. In any case, thank God that those kids leapt into action. So that's and only the teacher, which I hate to use the word only because look at him. I mean, he's a precious
bless
person.
Him and his family.
Yeah. And so this was Lieutenant Colonel Brandon Shaw. He was a professor of military science, the leader of the ROTC program. He was a veteran of Iraqi Freedom, Operation Enduring Freedom, Atlantic Resolve. He's got very well decorated. It's just
senseless.
Senseless. Yes, that is the word.
It's absolutely senseless. And those kids should not have been put in that position.
No, of course not.
They're absolute heroes, what they did. Mm-hmm. Oh God, this just infuriates me. You guys, and Democrats, you're going to see it. They've made Christianity the bad religion, right? It's not. They've made Christianity bad. They've made Islam good. Mm-hmm. I'm saying it out loud. I don't give a crap anymore. I don't give a crap. And you shouldn't give a crap. Like, I'm not letting these people take over. No effing way. Not going to happen. Just like everything else that we fought for over the past 17 years, like I'm going to fight the hardest for this because this matters, you guys. Like this is the biggest one. Do not let these people silence you. You guys have got to understand like this is the biggest fight that we've had thus far. Like this is spiritual warfare. And you got to make sure that if you're not used to fighting, get used to it. Cause this is the big one.
Yeah, there's no bigger fight than like the fight for our very survival. Imagine being on X and seeing this picture and recognizing him. That's what happened to Chase Spears, who said, "This is not the way I want to see a familiar face show up on my feed." Brandon and I were classmates at the Command and General Staff College. He deployed to fight the enemy overseas in combat zones. Meanwhile, America imported the enemy who killed him. When I say that this nation's immigration policy is a betrayal, I mean it. Words fail. It's unacceptable,
right?
Unacceptable what's happening in our country right now.
Yeah. And not enough of our lawmakers and the people who are in charge are speaking out against it either. It's not enough.
Or they're speaking out on behalf of, like, they're worrying about Islamophobia.
Right. The wrong things. How dare you?
Right? Seriously. It is infuriating. There is no appropriate segue for this. So I'm just going to tell everybody that we need to remind you about lean. If you're looking to lose weight and not in the Oprah, Demi Moore, gross way, like with shots, think about doing something more gentle, more realistic, more sensible. It's lean.
Right.
They come from Brickhouse Nutrition, the same people as Field of Greens.
Yep. Developed by doctors. Yeah. Everybody. Like, I feel like everywhere I turn, everybody is taking those injectables and yikes, you guys.
It's a big yikes.
It's big yikes. We have a lot of listeners who have had a lot of success with lean. Our salesperson, Jen, she didn't have a bunch of weight to lose. In fact, she really didn't have. I mean, I looked at her and I'm like, you look great. But she took it at the beginning of the year because she wanted to do a little reset. And she said it gave her more energy without being jittery. And she found herself making better food choices. Because I hear a lot of people talking about that food noise thing. You know, it's like food. I'm constantly thinking about food and it really helps with that. And I think that's why a lot of people get on the shots. You know, they just want to, they want help with the food noise thing. So doctors created lean. The ingredients in it help lower blood sugar, burn fat by converting it to energy. It curbs cravings. So you're just not as hungry and you make better choices. And so if you have 10 pounds or more to lose, just add it to your healthy diet and exercise routine already. And then it'll give you a nice little reset. And it's not one of those injectables. It's an oral supplement. So
yeah, it's not going to ruin every scrap of muscle mass that you have.
Right. And do other things too. There's
like
so many
ruin
other
your bones and do all the,
you don't want
Ozempic face.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah. You're going to end up wearing all leather holding a tiny dog. Nobody wants that. Just go to takelean.com, enter promo code CHICKS. That's code CHICKS at takelean.com. Do it.
Somebody pointed out, I can't remember who, I didn't make it in my notes, but you'll see it on the screen, about how just absurd it is that we cannot deport people. Like, what is this? So Jerry Callahan said, we can't deport Kilmar Abrego Garcia. We can't deport Mahmoud Khalil. We can't even deport a Muslim terrorist from Sierra Leone who did time for supporting ISIS and even said out loud that he would like to commit a mass shooting. They just released him early and told him to behave. Now we've got American who's dead, 2 are injured, and no one is surprised. Our government did this. Our government let a Muslim terrorist walk free and do what Muslim terrorists do.
This is the thing. It's so frustrating. And then the people who follow the rules, do all the right things. We do one tiny little thing wrong. If I didn't pay $6 in taxes, I'd be in jail for like 25 years. What the hell? What's going going on, you guys?
It's got some messed up priorities. Big time. Portnoy, I think that's what we have next. He was on fire yesterday about this. Yeah, Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports was weighing in on a lot of the stuff that was going on yesterday. And once the gunman at Old Dominion got identified and it was reported that he supported ISIS, Dave was like, previously imprisoned for trying to support ISIS. What are we even doing here?
Right.
If you support terrorist groups, either stay in jail for life or get kicked out of the country forever. This is what terrorist groups want to do, is kill Americans. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Yeah, you're not. But we're all out here saying the same thing. And you got people on the left who are like, no, they're fine. And you guys are a bunch of Islamophobes.
Right.
This is what's happening. And this is why I go back to don't give a crap what these people think. Don't care what people say about you. We've all got to start getting very loud and start saying, you know what? I don't give a crap what you say. I don't give a crap how you try to make me feel. I know what's right and I know what's wrong, and we're on the right side.
Of course. And then, you know, there's all this nonsense about the Islamophobia, when phobia means having an irrational fear of something. Our fear is not irrational. It's like it's proven every single day,
right?
And twice yesterday. So I don't think this is an irrational fear when it's constantly happening. You know what I mean?
I don't know. When did Austin happen? There have been so many.
Oh my God, it's running together, man.
I know. There have been so many in the past couple of weeks. I can't even keep track, but there have been like 9 incidents. And when I say incidents, people have died. There have been 9 incidents in the past, not even 2 weeks, 2 weeks of Islamic terror. So here in the United States. So I like, enough already.
I know. It's just infuriating. And of course, that was just one of 2 terror attacks that took place yesterday. There was the attack near Dearborn at a synagogue where children where some psychopath like drove a car into the church hallway, was planning on a much bigger attack. He had explosives in the car, guns in the car. I mean, he was in it to do some major damage. Luckily, he caught on fire.
In the following reporter, senior federal law enforcement confirms our reporting that the suspect is dead. Additionally, told the suspect's body is badly burned.
Good.
He was killed by armed security. Bill is told that he rammed the car into the building, had a rifle, got into a shootout with security who killed him. The car was on fire inside, and that would obviously be the source of the smoke coming out of that building. So it would appear now that the immediate threat to the synagogue is over, but now we're dealing with the aftermath.
Yeah, and just to point out, the reason that guy didn't do anything worse is because they had so much security at that school. And why do you think they had so much security at that school? Why? Oh, right, because it's a Jewish synagogue. Right. That's why.
And they had actually done like FBI like shooter drills at that exact location, which idiots on the internet are now saying that's super suspicious. This is a false flag. Oh my God. They had drills because it was a logical target for the worst people among us. That's why they had the drills. And thank God they had them, because this could have been so much worse.
So much worse.
And once again, this is a naturalized citizen. This is a guy from Lebanon, some guy named Ayman Mohammed.
Mohammed. Oh my God. Mohammed, really? Are you really? Shocker.
He came into the U.S. in 2011 on a visa, was quickly granted citizenship, I guess, because we didn't vet back when Obama was in office, and they thought he was just fine. Yeah. And it turns out, too, that he has brothers that are part of Hezbollah. So Banshi was like, are there any standards who we grant citizenship to, like any at all?
None. We have no standards. Come in. Just come in. Scream death to America. Come on in. You're welcome here. Yeah. In fact, you can run for Congress. Hey, Rashida. Whatever.
And then there were stories that came out allegedly that this guy was mad because he had lost family members because of an Israeli airstrike in Lebanon this past week. And yet there have been 0 attacks against random Muslims by family members who lost people on October 7th, because this violence only goes one way.
It's true.
I mean, God, so that's the excuse? You're going to be like, oh, I lost family members. I'm really sad about it. Let me just go kill random people.
Right.
What the hell? That's not. And yet somehow, because it's in Dearborn and there's like an official Dearborn Instagram page, the comments that were flowing on this Instagram page were all in this guy's favor.
Oh my God.
They were all like defending this terrorist. Well, I mean, if you lose your family, what was he supposed to do? I don't know, not be a terrorist. How about that?
Yeah. And notice how CNN reported that too. It was CNN that was like, hey, feel sorry for this guy because he lost people in his family. F you. Do you know what happened on October 7th? I swear, you could not have told me like 10 years ago that this would be our country right now.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's happened so quickly. Imagine what our country is going to look like in another 10 years.
God,
if we don't do stuff, you cannot sit back and allow this to happen. You guys think about your kids and your grandkids. Seriously, we're going to become the UK and worse.
And then, when you get people like Zoran Mamdani weighing in and being like, this kind of violence is unacceptable. Oh my God, it just makes me seethe. And Dave Portnoy, once again, responded to Zoran's ridiculous tweet going, this is unacceptable, saying, you know what? When there are terrorist attacks in the US by extremists, I would prefer that the same politicians and podcasters who egg them on with nonstop inflammatory rhetoric and by endorsing Hamas rallies and who refuse to condemn phrases like globalize the intifada and who blame everything on Jews, don't then try to act surprised or sympathetic when these attacks happen. It is insulting and you're not fooling anybody. I'd rather Mamdani be more like his wife, who probably already smashed the like button a billion times and threw a party at Gracie Mansion. At least she owns it. Give me the straightforward hatred rather than the hypocrisy.
Yeah, than the taquilla or whatever that stuff is called.
Yeah,
they do. You lie straight. You just put on a suit and lie straight to our faces. You phony. We know exactly who you are. You had a guy in your office sitting on the floor like a barbarian giving the ISIS sign. I know who you are.
And he's monitoring the situation. Give me a freaking break.
Yeah.
And then remember, in his own city, that we had these two Pennsylvanian teens who one of the lawyers was like, they didn't even know each other. They just happened to meet on the streets of New York City. Of course, that's bullshit. According to Kevin Dalton, who said, I hope you're sitting down. But it turns out that the Pennsylvania teens that didn't know each other and stumbled their way into an ISIS-style terrorist attack in New York City not only knew each other, but plotted other attacks as well. There were notebooks and other evidence suggesting that they had been planning some kind of attack for at least a week. So,
surprise! It's insane what's happening in our country.
It's bananas. It's
and if you
bananas.
say anything, you're an Islamophobe. I do not have enough middle fingers to just put up with all of these assholes. Seriously. And first and foremost, the people who are, first of all, the people who are supposedly on our side or used to be on our side that are not saying anything about this stuff. Okay. So those people, and then the people who helped get some of these folks elected, like the people on the left who are all for the Mamdanis, and they get this guy elected and then they'll scream Islamophobe at us. And I'm just like, are you going to be outraged by what's happening? The 9 different terror attacks that have happened in our country over the past 2 weeks. You outraged about that? Are you okay with it? Or are you just going to sit back and wait till it happens in your neighborhood? Because it will happen.
Yeah, it'll happen. Absolutely. And what is also going to happen is that eventually you're going to retire. And you only get to do that one time, you guys. It's not like you get do-overs for retirement. You only get one shot. Why would you not talk to a conservative who has your best interests at heart when it comes to your finances?
Zach Abraham is the best, you guys. So listen, I wasn't a financial planning kind of person when I was younger. Probably not until I was in my 30s and I met Mock. And then I realized that she's been doing financial planning since she came out of the womb. It's true.
I mean, it wasn't quite that soon, but
kind of. I mean, she's just always been a very responsible person. She's been a good influence on me. So I don't know, you may be like a late financial bloomer like I was, or you may be one of those people who has been saving since you were in the womb like Mock. But either way, it's great to have somebody that can take whatever you got and then like turn it into more. And that's what Zach Abraham does. He's really great at that, you guys. It's almost like he's a family member. He wants to see you succeed as if he's succeeding. Because if you're not succeeding, he's not succeeding. And I love that. He's a go-getter. He's like a bulldog. That's the kind of guy that I want to work with me to make me more money. You know what I mean? And you should do that too. Absolutely. So if you're questioning, like, is my portfolio doing the best that it can? Or, you know, if am I positioned like to do better with all the weird stuff that's going on in the world, get a second opinion. That's all you need to do. You can just go do that with Bulwark Capital's free Know Your Risk portfolio review. And he's awesome. You will love him. He's just a really, really great guy. He's communicative. His whole team is sharp as a tack and communicative too. So do that at knowyourriskpodcast.com. You can get that free risk, Know Your Risk portfolio review. And I have to read the disclaimer. You ready? Investment advisory services offered through Trek Financial LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Trek 2647, whatever that means.
Gotta read it.
I gotta read it.
There's that wonderful guy that does the investigations into protests and how they're funded, how they're organized. You've probably heard of him. We've played clips of him on our show before, Nate Friedman. He recently came across in New York City a protest on behalf of terrorists. So these are like pro-Hamas, pro-terror whack jobs, basically honoring like Hamas members. I mean, these are crazy people, obviously, and yet they are Americans. And that is terrifying. So he posted a video. It's way too long for us to play the whole thing. We will play some highlights. But he said New York City is being taken over by jihadists. Mm-hmm. This is a vigil for the Ayatollah. The man running the vigil is wearing a Sinwar shirt, the architect of October 7th. And he went in there trying to interview any of the people setting up. And he was basically told to push back, go where there were other reporters. And ultimately what you're going to see, there was some psycho, the blonde black lady, which don't even get me started on the cultural appropriation.
Right.
Blonde black lady just is a nuisance. Like she's a menace and just screams as much as she can to try to make sure everybody knows this is a guy that's like infiltrating and he's not one of the good guys. But what happens is ultimately the police come and they escort him from the premises and basically because of the First Amendment, say he is the one that needs to step away from the public square while these idiots protest in favor of the Ayatollah, who's responsible for the deaths of countless Americans, mm-hmm. in addition to other nationalities.
Right.
So you're going to see a piece, but just know that it doesn't end well. Okay. It ends with him being treated not like a criminal, but essentially being escorted away.
He's the bad guy.
Yeah. And it makes no
only in America.
Can y'all just give us some space? If you just back up behind there, please.
It's public. Y'all are media?
Oh, yeah. Are you media?
I am, yeah.
You're a reporter? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you can back up over there. See where all the reporters are right now?
I do see them, yeah.
Yeah, so just like back up.
That's Nate Friedman. He's a right-winger. This piece of shit, Nate Friedman.
Yeah, so you can back up.
He's a piece of fucking garbage. He's the one that said they all paid protesters.
Wow.
You can back
He's
up.
a piece of fucking garbage.
You can back up.
Oh, my God.
I don't understand. This is a Washington Square Park. Why can't I stand here? What gives you the right? You're worshiping a terrorist who's killed.
Nate Friedman, he's a piece of shit. He's a right-winger. He said they were all paid protesters.
Why don't you back up?
This motherfucker. He's a
It's
piece
hard
of
for
shit.
everyone.
He seems nice.
I'm a terrorist. I can walk wherever I want.
Trash. Trump reshared his video. Elon Musk reshared him. He's a big right-winger. He's called Nate Friedman. I ran down on him, and he was talking shit about me on Saturday. He was like, she fucks up my lives. Yes, I do. I show my tits. Nate Friedman here.
Yeah,
Nate
we can
Friedman,
tell.
this piece of shit right here. F him. He's trash.
Get out.
Yeah, get the out. We paid protesters. He just dropped the video. Don't touch her. Don't touch nobody. Don't touch nobody, nigga. Don't touch her either. Don't touch. You back up. You back up. That's Nate Friedman. Get the out.
Can I stand here?
I'm
gonna have everybody step out.
Why does she have the right to push me out of a public park?
Right.
Get the out, bitch.
Can you
Get
stop
out,
talking?
Talk over here. Come on.
Get out,
We gotta pull you out of here. Come on.
Bye. We're paid. Get the out. That's Nate Friedman.
Oh my God, she is so annoying.
I know, and it just got worse and worse. It just got worse and worse.
My ears will never recover from that.
Sorry.
God. That is First of all, put a bra on. Somebody send her some honey love because that was bad. It was really, really bad. Yeah, Timu Cardi B. It was bad.
God. And so, again, he ended up talking to the cops going, how is this okay? Like, why are you, do you know what they're here to say? Do you know what they're standing for? And the cops are like, our hands are tied. It's, their First Amendment right. But why am I the one being taken away? And the cops are like, for your own safety, which I get. But that's how, again, this is the suicidal empathy that for some reason our country keeps engaging in.
Right.
And we're going to die because of it.
Right. The for your safety thing is going to transcend to when all these Islamist assholes come into our cities. And like, I go out there, I'm going to go out there with, with nobody around me. I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm standing up for myself because I have a First Amendment right to do so. And they're going to be like, Daisy, you can't do this because of your safety. So then nobody does anything. And then
it's the same thing that's happening in London when they've got all of their crazy Islamic protesters running in the streets. And then if you have somebody that just wants to hold up an Israeli flag, the cops stop them.
Right.
Because they don't want to they don't want to start up trouble.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to upset the Islamists, you guys. We wouldn't want to upset them. You know why? Because they're terrorists. They're going to hurt people. That we've seen 9 in the past 2 weeks in America. So you don't want to poke the bear. God forbid we do that. I mean, this is the thing. It's already happening here in America. What are you prepared to do?
And then imagine being an Iranian American who sees this kind of crap happening right in front of you, and not even just in New York City, but in DC.
Right.
This is what it feels like to be an Iranian American seeing that.
I cannot get out of my mind that, let me explain this to you. We're on US soil in front of the White House. And we as Iranian people that have had to leave Iran, our families had to leave Iran for safety, we on American soil had to face Islamic regime lobbies, Islamic regime supporters. We had to face the IRGC in front of the White House. We were sideswiped by the Mujahideen, which is another terrorist organization. These two organizations have a huge lobby in the United States, in DC. They have infiltrated your country. Let what happened to the Iranian people and what I am telling you right now, let this sink into your brain. Don't ignore what I am saying. Protect your country.
Right.
Probably thinking, Abba, how does this affect us? Why should we care? You know why you should care? Because your senators are being paid by these lobbies.
Yep.
Senator Ilhan Omar has voted against 2 bills to condemn the Islamic regime. She bends to her masters. People like this do not have the best interest of the United States at heart. They are going to drag your country to dirt. Keep your eyes open and protect your country. Do not use Western ideologies that we should accept everybody. No. They are using your own laws against you.
Yep.
It is time to wake up.
She is 100% correct. They're using our own laws and our own empathy and our goodness against us. They're doing that. I mean, you watch it. It's happening. You can see it. The past 2 weeks, you see it. Our lawmakers, the ones that are being paid, they're looking at us and saying, "Don't be Islamophobic. How dare you do that?" Our lawmakers are doing that. I mean, I see people that are not even just left-wing, like I'd say propagandists, but the left-wing podcasters and like people it's right-wing people too. Yeah. They're not saying anything. They're not doing anything. It's, you guys, it's happening in real time. We're watching it happen. And it's like, you just feel helpless.
And yet, I mean, just be like, well, I'm just not going to vote because everybody's corrupt. Everybody sucks. There still is a party that is better than the other.
Totally.
And they're massively flawed. And there's corruption on our side too. I get it. But you still cannot let Democrats take over this country.
No, we're still better.
They are for all of this happening.
Yep.
So, and
which I don't understand. I don't understand.
I don't either.
I will never understand why they want the demise of our country. I will never get it.
It's so masochistic, and it's like they either don't realize it. They're like,
I don't get it.
Secret Muslims who want to wear burqas all day. I don't know.
I don't understand it either. I don't.
It makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a gal, I'm not sure what her name is, but there's a video that went viral yesterday of just a quick summary of just the terror that we have faced at the hands of Muslims over the past couple weeks alone. And yet we constantly hear how it's Christians that are the threat to there's more Christian domestic terrorists or whatever.
Right,
it's such bullshit.
It is.
So here's just a little trip down memory lane over the last couple weeks.
Here's what jihadis have done in the U.S. in the last week. 1 shoots up a bar in Austin, Texas, kills 2, shoots 14. Another one lights a Molotov cocktail and throws it at Christians in New York City. Another one throws a nail bomb or shrapnel IED at Christians in New York City. Another one tries to bomb a Southwest flight going from Nashville to Fort Lauderdale. Another one throws another IED shouting Allahu Akbar at a protest near Gracie Mansion in New York City. Another one makes a bomb threat and forces a plane to land in Atlanta. Another one drops a bomb threat at Kansas City Airport. And the DHS is reporting that jihadi threats against churches across the U.S. right now are completely exploding. Radical Islam, for some reason, is the one religion that the left will fight for till their dying breath for whatever reason. And Christianity is somehow always the problem. Funny how that works.
Yeah, it is funny how that works. It really is, isn't it?
I'm so sick of this.
Oh, I think so many of us are sick of it. A lot of people who have been quiet for a long time, a lot of really polite people are sick of this shit. And I hope they are, because Christianity is not the problem. And Christians who are polite need to quit being polite.
Yep. Last thing on this topic, our friend Xavier's pissed as well. And he has stayed, unlike Rob Smith, who has gone to the dark side when it comes to matters of terror, when it comes to matters of Israel. Xaviaer DuRousseau, and I hate that because we had Rob Smith on our show years ago and he was a delight. Xavier, he steadfast as ever. Here he is. Walk with him.
I'm not willing to die because you people are scared of getting called racist.
Right.
Now walk with me. So today, an ISIS roach shot up a university and a maniac drove into and then shot a synagogue on top of the list of terrorist attacks just in the last week. But I'm another phobic because I see who is always at the scene of the crime. Then some of you are claiming these attacks are false flags. When you hear death to America, what about that is false when you're seeing death in America? Oh, you missed the Twin Towers? Then maybe you should question why Mamdani is barefoot, eating on the floor with unwashed hands on paper plates for a holiday to celebrate teachings from a book that calls for the death of non-Muslims over 100 times, all while a man is throwing up the ISIS finger. Oh, and this wench right here with her hair out, say goodbye to those Western privileges, sis. It's time to put on the bed sheet. Europe is a mess. The Middle East is literally exploding, and yet y'all are opening the door for Antifada. We are so eternally doomed if you people don't wake up.
That's right. So
I love
right.
all of his side eye.
Yeah, put the bed sheet on, lady.
Why? I just don't understand how there's people that don't look at it that way. Do you know what I mean? Like, to me, it's just so obvious. Like, how can anybody be on the other side of this issue?
How did these liberal, white, entitled bitches want to get that guy elected? I swear, I know I call her out all the time, but how did Possum Lady like stump for this guy? Seriously, put your bed sheet on. Put it on. How did she? No, you're not frozen. Okay. How did she and Mute Lady like seriously go? They went to bat for this guy. Yeah, they were like, he's the greatest. He's so awesome. And then they have the audacity to say that Christianity is somehow oppressive. Explain that to me like I'm a 5-year-old.
I cannot wait for them to be taxed into oblivion. I cannot wait. And we've got a lot to talk about when it comes to Mamdani and what he's planning to do with taxes in New York City. And it's a doozy, you guys. It is a doozy. So if you are in New York City, thoughts and prayers. But also maybe you need to like look at ways to cut your expenses, including prescriptions. Now we have help. Super.com/RX.
God, her transitions, right? Chef's kiss. Always really good. You know that feeling? Like I get it when I'm at the pharmacy counter because I do have a couple of prescriptions, and then they'll say the price to me out loud, and I'm like, "I'm sorry, what did you say?" Yeah, that's happened to me just a couple times. Yeah. Okay. So Super is a life hack that actually makes a real difference in your budget because it's a prescription discount coupon. It works at over 74,000 pharmacies nationwide, including CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, a lot of independent pharmacies. So you don't have to wait for delivery or drive to like a place if you don't want to do that. It's not tied to a pharmacy brand. They can show you the lowest price in your zip code, let you compare prices across pharmacies, which is really helpful to me because I definitely discount shop. You can save up to 85% on the exact same medications that you're already taking. It's true. I've done this. I've done the shopping. And nothing changes except the price will actually finally make sense to you because prices on this stuff, they do not make sense to me. It doesn't matter if you're insured, underinsured, uninsured, or stuck with a high deductible. They will still work for you. And sometimes the price is even lower than your insurance copay. That's actually happened to me too. So, and there's no fine print or gotchas or anything like that. So just look up your prescription and then you see the price and then you see what you pay at the counter and then they help you out with that. So stop overpaying. You guys go to super.com/RX and see how much you can save. It's really cool.
Why would you not at least try?
Just go check it out and see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all. That's all.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to a little bit of what's going on with this Iranian war. Unfortunately, sad news to report from CENTCOM this morning, and that is that 4 are confirmed dead in the loss of an aircraft. It was a refueling aircraft. It went down in western Iraq. There were 6 crew members total. 4 are deceased, and the circumstances right now are kind of unknown and under investigation, but they do say that it was not from hostile fire and it was not from friendly fire. There's some theories floating around that there was simply a mid-air collision between the refueler and the aircraft, and that's what took them down. So we don't know who the service members are. Of course, they're waiting to notify families, but that I saw right before the show, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is unfortunate.
Yesterday, we talked a lot about the fact that there was this warning. ABC reported on this warning from the FBI to Gavin Newsom and California as a whole that Iran was planning drone attacks on the West Coast, which was alarming to say the least. But then it turns out Caroline Leavitt was like, this is totally not true. She said this post and the story should be immediately retracted by ABC News for providing false information to intentionally alarm Americans. They wrote this based on one email that was sent to local law enforcement in California about a single unverified tip. The email even states that the tip was based on unverified intelligence, and yet ABC ran with the story. They thought, we don't need to include that little detail in our story. Can you imagine?
I can. I mean, this is our news now, Mock. This is what they do. Yeah. And it's ABC, it's CNN, it's MS, whatever. Is it now? MS Now? Yeah. It's all of them. They all do it. But people still watch this crap. That's what's so terrifying. I saw a guy this morning, when I was doing pre-show stuff, and he said that yesterday he was talking to a friend about what happened with the 2 terror attacks yesterday that happened. He had no idea that any of it really even happened and he goes, this is why X is so important. Yeah. X is where people, I mean, that's where I get all of my news. I go to X. I don't watch any of these garbage like networks anymore. I barely even watch Fox. I watch Fox for the 5. I do. I love the 5, and that's pretty much it. And then Martha, I like Martha.
I know. I love her.
Yeah. Kind of like, mainly because she reminds me of you, but like, but I just like Martha, and she just seems like a decent human being. But I mean, for the most part, I get my news on X. And I think a lot of people do now because it's the most up to the minute coverage of everything.
It's like news in real time. Yeah. And granted, there's a lot of, stuff that you got to weed through.
Right. You got to
But still, it's better than this bullshit ABC News is doing.
Totally.
Crowder actually had a very good summary of this specific story and how it got legs. And so read this, please.
A quick rundown on the slopaganda over at ABC. ABC issues a report. The FBI has warned California police departments Iran has aspirational plans to launch a drone attack on California. David Muir on his ABC Nightly Show, most watched news broadcast in America, parrots report seemingly aimed at causing panic in America. Oh my God. Carolyn Levitt comes out with a post claiming that ABC intentionally omitted the fact that this was all based off of one single unverified report. Oh, that's great. Screenshots of initial FBI memo prove Levitt correct, and that ABC did in fact omit they were running their entire report off of unverified information. This is our media, you guys. You cannot hate them enough.
You can't. And ultimately, ABC was forced to retract. And so Caroline thanked them, but also made an important point. She said, thank you to ABC News for issuing a correction of the story. The problem, their original misleading story received 10 million views, panicked people across the country. The correction only has 100,000 views.
Of course.
Fake news is real and it is dangerous. The Trump White House is working 24/7 to keep up with it all and fight back.
It's true. This is what he's been talking about since 2016. It's absolutely true.
Insane. And then meanwhile, in California, because there are so many lunatics there, I mean, no offense to our California audience. We know you're there and we appreciate you, but unfortunately you're surrounded by a lot of idiots, including the one that you're about to see, who's like, don't be mad at us, Iran.
So there was this report that Iran had a drone and they're going to attack California. Excuse me, I need to talk to you for a minute, Iran. We had nothing to do with electing this man. Nothing. We are a very liberal state. We despise this man. But you know what I think? It's probably this miserable lying administration put the idea in Iran's head. I think that's it. We had nothing to do with him. Nothing.
My God, she makes my fist form. I cannot with these people. Seriously. I
know.
She'll be the first one. She'll be like, oh, I love all the Islamists. They'll get rid of her first. She's that annoying.
So
Does she
ridiculous.
not realize that? Does she not know? I mean, it's like there are countless. There's countless evidence of all of these like liberal women who loved the Shah, like loved the Ayatollah back in the 70s. And then when they took over, they were the first ones to die. You know, it's like, this is the thing. They don't know. They just, did they not?
It's like the guy, it's the suicidal empathy, like the guy who is videotaped with the bomber in New York City jumping over him to throw the bomb and then continuing to defend the guy, the bomber.
He's like, I love you, buddy. I love you.
You deserve to be here. I mean, what are we doing?
What are they doing?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is. It's absolutely nuts. So we still don't know who is leading Iran right now. There are, of course, rumors that the son of the Ayatollah is now in charge, but there's also rumors that he has no idea that he's in charge because he's been badly wounded, possibly has had something amputated, is basically in a vegetative state. We don't know. And yet, somehow, he was able to put out a statement yesterday. So Trey Yinks reported on that statement. And of course, he wasn't on camera. Trey was, but not the leader of Iran right now.
So he's basically like the Joe Biden of Iran.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Now, Trump thinks he is alive, but probably wounded. And in the statement, he's basically trying to apologize to all the neighboring countries for attacking them, because of course that's what Iran did. They went on this absolute spree of attacking. They're trying to say, well, we were only attacking US bases. No, that's absolutely not true. And these countries know that. They know that citizen apartment buildings were targeted. It's not like they're idiots. And so I don't know what the point of this statement is, but here is the report about
Getting this in right now on Iranian state media, a presenter read a new statement from Iran's new supreme leader, Mujtaba Khamenei, and Reuters is reporting a few highlights from those remarks, saying that the Supreme Leader said in the statement, "We believe in friendship with neighbors and only target the bases, and we will inevitably continue." That is not true. We know that many Gulf countries have had their residential and civilian infrastructure attacked. Now, Iran's new Supreme Leader in this statement goes on to say all U.S. bases should immediately be closed in the region, and those bases will be attacked. He also says in the statement, again, that was presented on state media, he does not appear in the statement, that he calls on unity among the people of Iran and participation in Quds Day. Now, Quds is the Arabic word for Jerusalem, and this day normally falls on the last Friday of Ramadan. And so, if my math is correct here, that would be March 20th of this year, the last Friday of Ramadan, when traditionally we have seen Iranian proxies like Hamas and Hezbollah launch attacks and also large demonstrations in the region. And so this is certainly something to look out for in the days ahead.
So that's where that is.
Yeah. I was just thinking these people are so violent. You know?
Yeah.
There's so much violence, and it's not just one. It's like they're all just so violent minded.
And it's been that way for centuries.
Right. It's like, it's just bred in them. It's cooked in them, you know, baked in. It's just so, it's like, just stop. My God, stop.
And this morning, we're hearing that there's a lot of U.S.-Israel coordinated attacks on Tehran. So this situation is escalating. I'll just put it that way. And we were warned that this would happen in a Trump tweet at around midnight last night, if you want to read this.
We are totally destroying the terrorist regime of Iran, militarily, economically, and otherwise. Yet if you read the failing New York Times, you would incorrectly think that we are not winning. Iran's Navy is gone. Their Air Force is no longer. Missiles, drones, and everything else are being decimated, and their leaders have been wiped from the face of the earth. We have unparalleled firepower, unlimited ammunition, and plenty of time. Watch what happens to these deranged scumbags today. They've been killing innocent people all over the world for 47 years. And now I, as the 47th president of the United States of America, I'm killing them. What a great honor it is to do so. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. God, I love that. Just love it. You know, I heard, like, I was listening to an interview yesterday, and it was, I can't remember the dude's name. He was one of the guys that worked with Obama and Biden. He's a security dude. And he was just defending the fact that, you know, they all kind of made decisions leading up to now. They all did what they could, you know, in every administration. And they tried to, you know, negotiate with Iran. They did blah, blah, blah. Trump is the first one to actually do something. He's the first one. I mean, you cannot negotiate with terrorists. You can't.
No, of course not. You cannot.
And that's the bottom line. That's why he's actually doing the things. That's what these other people never understood. There is no negotiating. You got to just take them out.
That's right. I know we've been very much on the Maha train for quite some time now. And if you're a person who is into using tallow on your skin, which is really, really good for your skin, but you don't like the smell of a lot of products, this, you guys, cow guys, their tallow balm smells so good. I don't know how, but it is so luxurious, so moisturizing, and it smells so yummy.
I love it.
I'm almost out. And
I love it. We keep a stock of it at our kitchen sink because we're always washing our hands after being out in the pasture with the cows. And my hands get super dry. And so I use it all the time. And it's made from grass-fed pasture-raised beef, which means that it's loaded with natural vitamins and skin healing nutrients. The power of kidney fat, you guys, that's what it is. I know it sounds weird, but the kidney fat in cows, it's the most nutrient dense part of the cow, and it's rich in A, D, E, and K. Tallow balm is what we used for generations before Big Pharma stepped in and took over everything. So this stuff is natural. It's toxin free. It's fantastic. You can use it everywhere. Your hands, your arms, your legs, your face, your lips, everywhere. It's great for dry skin like I have. It's great for eczema, psoriasis, you know, people that just need everyday moisture. Like I said, we keep it on the kitchen counter. Everybody in the house uses it. So plus it's American made, and they are rancher owned in Texas, which we love. We're doing that
Love
more
that.
and more. We are starting to every America first, American made, American owned, American run. So head to cowguys.com. No promo code or special link is needed.
Cowguys.shop/chicks.
Why do I have comma? I'm so sorry, you guys. It's in my little CTA here. I'm sorry. It's cowguys.shop/chicks. You don't need to have a code, but the BOGO deal will apply automatically. You're going to get a full size and then a mini size for the price
Travel
of one.
size.
A little
Let me
travel
see
size.
travel
So
size
I'm
stuff.
sorry I have .com. It's cowguys.shop/chicks. Do it.
Do it. All right. So on to Mamdani and what's going on in New York City, because this is absolutely incredible. This is so much of the you get what you get thing, right? This is the FA. New York City is currently in the FO part of this election choice. And so yesterday, Mamdani, this is like the most backwards thinking ever, but you know how there's like this mass exodus from New York City because people can't afford to live there. So instead of doing the obvious thing, which is to attract more people by lowering taxes and giving more incentive for companies to come and incentives for rich people to come and produce there, here's what Mamdani is doing.
Being in the wealthiest city in the wealthiest country in the history of the world, we already see an exodus of working and middle-class New Yorkers. So I don't have a hesitation in asking those who make the most amount of money in the city or the most profits in the city to pay a little bit more so that everyone can actually stay in this city.
God, you're an idiot. You're such an idiot. He's like, we're seeing a mass exodus, so we're going to ask the people who are still here to pay more. Clearly. What?
You just cannot make this up, you guys. You can't.
Okay. All right. Well, then Possum Lady's going to have to pay more, and I can't. That's
the thing.
It's going to be great.
And there's so much more. I mean, she's going to be paying so much more because here's another proposal that's happening. This is truly amazing. These new tax proposals. So there's going to be a mansion tax. But here's the kicker. The mansion tax applies to homes that are as low as $500,000. And if you are in New York State, and particularly New York City, a $500,000 house
is not a mansion.
It's not a mansion.
No.
Not by any stretch. So this is freaking bananas. And yet these are proposals that they are considering. And there was a great tweet about it from Daniel Friedman, who said New York Democrats want to pass a mansion tax of 1.425% of the purchase price to home sales between $500K and $1 million. Again, it's not a mansion. It is maybe a studio apartment in Manhattan. Or a junior one bedroom in remote parts of Brooklyn and Queens. Mamdani and Hochul want to hit first-time home buyers with a $7,500 tax bill that they can't afford so that the state can give free childcare to illegals. They're insane. He's insane.
They are insane. I just hope more people leave.
I know
that out of there.
I don't know what else is going to show him. What he's doing is so backwards.
More people will leave, and then all the Islamists will take all the Islamo commies, and they'll all take over. Good luck with that. And you'll hear the call to prayer. And it's like this thing. You hear the call to prayer and like all that, and it's like they'll just take. Good luck with that.
But wait, there's more, because they also are doing something absolutely unimaginable to the death tax. He has proposed lowering the exemption on the death tax, your estate tax, from $7.1 million down to $750,000, and then increasing the death tax from 16% to 50%.
Of course,
50% the government would take once you die. Your kids, they don't get the rights to your estate until after the government takes half.
The government's going to take half. Can you even? Well, I mean, communists are going to communist, right?
Oh my God.
He is an effing communist. I don't, none of this shocks me. It just doesn't. We talked about what a communist this guy is and was when he was running. And they were like, it's going to be great. It's going to be free crap for everybody. You guys, this is just,
wow.
Islamo-communism.
So let's talk about what's going on with some other elections. Again, it's polls. I know polls are essentially meaningless, but they are our only gauge of how elections are going. And so a couple races that we want to mention. Texas Senate race, not looking good, you guys. Talarico has an edge over both Cornyn and Paxton. And that's horrible. We'll just have to hope that these polls are wrong, but I wanted to share
it's
them
horrible because that
nonetheless.
guy is Satan, you guys.
He's the absolute creepiest weirdo ever.
Literally Satan. I mean, please do your homework on this guy. Please get out and vote. Tell everybody you know to get out and vote. Come on, Texas, do better.
Do better for sure. And then in Ohio, which I hadn't heard or even thought about the governor's race there in quite some time, but it's not looking good for Vivek. So there's a woman, I guess, by the name of Acton, who has 53% versus Ramaswamy's 43% in this latest governor poll of Ohio.
Well, I guess they're racist there in Ohio. They don't like
I
brown.
guess so.
They don't like brown people. That's what it is. They don't like the browns.
And then in absolutely ridiculous news, I'm just going to let Fox News tell this to you because I couldn't even believe.
Fox alert for you here. Jim Clyburn, the congressman from South Carolina. So he had an announcement today. I thought he was going to say he might not run for re-election. I thought he was going to retire. There's a lot of tension, of course, between the generations on Capitol Hill, especially for Democrats. He is 85 years old, and he is announcing that he is going to run for re-election.
I mean, naturally. He's only 85, Mock. I mean, hello.
It's true. You should run for president.
Absolutely. She's ready to go. Why would he retire at 85? I mean,
oh my God, this is just so stupid. It's just so stupid.
What is going? These people are so drunk with power.
And this, speaking of drunk with power, Gavin Newsom is such an absolute retard. So Donald Trump made a tweet yesterday that when oil prices are up, the United States makes more money. That makes sense because we're the largest producer of oil. A third grader could have understood what Donald Trump meant, but just Gavin doesn't understand it. So maybe it's his dyslexia. I don't know. But Trump said very clearly the United States is the largest oil producer in the world by far. So when oil prices go up, we make a lot of money. Gavin Newsom read that and said, don't worry, America, your gas prices are going up, but Trump is making lots of money, so it's okay.
Okay.
Trump is not personally making money from oil prices.
No, I mean, the only person that's personally making a lot of money from politics is you, Gavin.
God,
you and your wife. You and your grifting wife. You're the only ones who have, you guys are loaded because of politics. It's not Trump. He's not taking a salary. Douchebag.
How do you, this, it's so disingenuous. You know what I mean? This mischaracterization.
Well, I mean, I know he's going to be like, but I'm dyslexic. And I'm
you know,
dumb like you.
Meanwhile, of course, we're still in the middle of this partial government shutdown. TSA is really struggling. They've lost 300 TSA agents already. We've got terror attacks happening all over the place. We're heading into hurricane season. None of it matters. None of it matters.
They don't care.
Because Democrats do not care. And in fact, they had a couple chances yesterday to get them reopened, but the U.S. Senate Democrats blocked bills to reopen the Department of Homeland Security as we face all these terrorist threats, 51-46. So
and no reason at all. There's absolutely no reason for them to do this other than the fact that they hate Trump. This is why. This is why they just have sheer hatred for Trump, and they hate the American people because their number one job is to keep us safe, and they can't even do that.
Nope. And then just to show you how ridiculous the hatred is, but also how stupid so many Democrats are, there's this Representative Beatty, I think her name is. She decided to file like a legal complaint against Donald Trump because he excluded her from an upcoming Kennedy Center board meeting. But the invitation was in her spam folder.
Oh my God.
So her aide had to file a complaint or file an update of the complaint saying on March 6th, after learning that the defendant's counsel represented to the court that the center sent notice to Congresswoman Beatty's personal email address, I asked her to search her personal email. She was able to locate the notice in her spam folder. These people are retarded.
I mean,
you cannot make it up.
God, she made a legal complaint. How much of a dipshit do you feel like? She doesn't feel.
She doesn't. I'm sure
there's no dipshittery.
Like,
there's none. She doesn't
Trump's
feel that
still
way at all.
bad. So I'm going to continue forward with this complaint.
She's like, well, he didn't tell me to check my spam folder. So,
and that's racist.
He's a sexist. Oh my God, Betsy.
I know. Florida, always doing the right thing under Governor DeSantis, of course, always doing the right thing, even when the wrong thing is happening at the federal level. The red state of Florida about to pass its own Save America Act and send it to DeSantis for signature.
I always forget about him and what he's doing down there. You know, it's like,
he's just quietly leading.
Going down, he's kicking butt every day, you know, living his best life. And like, I just forget that things are good down in Florida.
Yeah.
You know? Thank God.
I know. Thank God for him and people like him.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, although we've, you know, to use a Ben Shapiro term, we've been glossing Senator Fetterman quite a bit because on things related to this war, to Israel, he's always spot on. Unfortunately, he is not spot on when it comes to the SAVE Act. Here's what he said about it yesterday.
No, I mean, I've been very front and center on it. I'm not sure what the agenda is. Now, if they have a serious conversation, that's just provide basic ID to vote, you know, like somebody that could support that.
Okay, and what is it about the current legislation that you have a problem with? Because you did support it before.
Because it has no chance of passing. Okay. So, like, put up something that has a chance to maybe even pass, unless you just want empty kind of show votes. If they want that, that's their prerogative. I'll be a reasonable Democrat to say showing ID to vote. That's 83% of Americans agree with that. 71% of Democrats do. Make sure that you want to know who people are voting. Regular ID, you know, that's something I might could get behind. Not all the other things. So if you want to show vote, you'll get it, and then it has no chance of passing.
This is not hard.
And they're so wrong. So many of the Democrats are just simply wrong about what's even in the bill. And so you're going to see it in a little bit. The reason for my name today is that Mike Lee absolutely schooled Dick Durbin on what is actually part of this legislation. But they continue to make up all these things about how married women who've changed their name and it doesn't match their birth certificate. It's all nonsense. And it's even nonsense because I learned something from Mike Lee yesterday about what if for some reason you really just can't, like, what if your birth certificate office is behind and you're not going to get your copy of your birth certificate in time for the elections or whatever the case may be. They've even made adjustments for that situation, which I did not know, but it's an important thing to listen to him on that. And we're going to show that in just a second. But first, I want to show you that John Cornyn continues to be a complete dick to reporters. This is not good for him. If he wants to win a primary, he needs to not be a complete asshole to people who are trying to ask him real important questions. And yet,
what do you have to say to the Americans who are questioning why President Trump should endorse you when many say that you've been vehemently against his agenda?
Do you speak for all these Americans? I don't understand.
Yeah, actually, I do.
Yeah.
Many people are asking this question. Do you have a response? I mean, you've been borderline pro-amnesty, red flag laws.
Are you being paid?
Anti-border
Are you
law?
being paid by the Paxton campaign?
No, I'm just a concerned American citizen representing millions of other Americans.
No, I think you're a paid influencer because none of that's true, and you know it.
Okay.
Hey, maybe answer the question and quit being a prick.
Right? Like that is a bad look. Bad look.
Yeah, that's your job. Your job is to answer to your constituents. She's a person asking a question for said constituents.
Yep.
You're not above it, dude. God, they get so big for their britches, don't they?
The longer they're there.
Right? They get in that hot tub. They get so comfortable. I don't have to answer questions to you. F you.
I know. It's so infuriating. And it's just a terrible look for him when he is in the middle of a primary battle. It's just really, really. I mean, that's a campaign ad. You know what I mean? Paxton can just use that as a campaign ad.
He totally should. I mean, that is if anything, you should fake it during a campaign. Right. If you are, in fact, a giant prick, try to fake it, maybe. He's not even faking it.
He's not.
Wow.
All right. So to the Mike Lee, just absolute beatdown. I mean, it's not a beatdown, but it is just the best, most calm explanation. And he also gets a couple digs in at Durbin, saying, well, you're going to be real pleased to know that this isn't a problem. So we welcome you to our team when it comes to passing this bill. Here's Mike Lee.
We took great pains to go out of our way to make sure that no American would be left in the dark. Well, this will not cost them a dime, and no one will be excluded if they can't find their documentation.
All of us should be aware of the fact of what is required by this act when it comes to registering to vote. You have to present identification, correct? But your driver's license, which most people use in the course of business every single day, is not acceptable. What is acceptable is a passport. 50% of Americans do not have a passport. Those who want to obtain it so they can vote will pay $186 and wait 3 or 4 weeks for that to happen. Secondly, you can use a birth certificate, but any person who has changed their name as a result of a marriage or a hyphenated relationship has to find not only their birth certificate, but some correction of it to prove that they're eligible to register to vote.
I'm happy to report to my dear friend and colleague, Senator Durbin from Illinois, you're in luck. We've taken care of that. When you read the bill, what you'll discover is that we've made special accommodation for those who don't have documentation, or those who can't find their birth certificate, maybe their house burned down, maybe their dog ate it, whatever it is. When all else fails, if you don't have documentation establishing the information on your birth certificate or what would be in a passport or otherwise, the bill contains a provision requiring each state to allow an alternative mechanism by which someone can, by attestation, issue a sworn statement establishing the critical facts underlying their citizenship. It then puts the onus on the state to follow up on that and to determine the authenticity of it. States have access to their own records. States have reciprocity with other states and are able to achieve verification of that. So we've taken care of that problem, and so I'm sure you'll be elated to hear that, and we look forward to having your affirmative vote when we vote on the Save America Act. We took great pains to go out of our way to make sure that no American would be left in the dark. Well, this will not cost them a dime, and no one will be excluded if they can't find their documentation.
Yeah, so
So
take that,
all
Dick.
of right, and take that, everybody who is trying to lie about how this will actually work.
Well, listen.
I mean,
the Democrats talk and they're lying.
God, right?
So yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. We talked a lot about Lobstergate earlier in the week, and we're not going to belabor the point. You can watch our video talking about that if you want to catch up on it. But Joey Jones had a tweet about this, and of course, we all love Joey. He posted, "To all the idiots criticizing the Pentagon for surf and turf, here is a story for you." And he included some photos, as you can see on the screen right now, but also this video.
In 2010 in Afghanistan, I was working with 2 other Marine EOD techs, Brian Smith and Chindo Mesa. We had been out all day long working some IEDs. It was a difficult day. We had a few really close calls that day. When we got back, we sat down, and I've got this picture of us just sitting on a ledge at Patrol Base Karma, and there's a stack of MREs behind us. And I remember Mesa looking at me and saying, "Man, I hope I don't get that chicken tetrazzini or something like that." Like, we've been out all day. It's a tough day. It's like, man, I just hope I get a decent MRE. And then somebody comes around the corner like, "Hey guys, it's steak and lobster night. It's surf and turf." A log train had come in, which was insane because the route was littered with IEDs. And now I've got another picture of the 3 of us eating steak in the room that we lived in later that night. What's funny is the look on our faces from the one picture to the other is about the same because we're in war. But after that day, for weeks, we talked about steak and lobster nights. The only one I've ever gotten overseas. It was in the middle of a really tough summer. Brian got blown up a few weeks later. He's not with us anymore. He died of stomach cancer last year. Then I got blown up a couple of months later. And you see these tweets. You see these tweets about, Pete Hegseth has spent $15 million on steak and lobster. Are you serious? That is the only thing about home. That's the only thing that makes you feel special for the entire time you're there watching your buddies die and you're mad about that. The fact that people aren't smart enough to even look up what that's for before they criticize it. And I guarantee you none of them said a word when Biden surrendered Afghanistan, killed 13 of us, or when the whole DOD spent tens of millions of dollars on going woke. Come on.
Yes, come on is right.
I love him.
I do too. He's the real deal.
Yeah. And then I also love the just resilient, unbelievable spirit of the Israeli people. I just discovered yesterday that they leave reviews for bomb shelters. And you guys,
oh my God.
I tell you, I'm going to show you just like two of the my favorite ones because I just could not believe it. Best place in town when the siren hits. Minimalist design, strong community feeling.
Oh my God. It's like going to a Buc-ee's, you guys.
It's like a Yelp.
I can't. I cannot with this.
And then this one too. Amazing experience. Will come again next missile.
Oh my God. 21 likes. And people are like, oh yeah, it's great.
I'm sorry, but that is amazing.
Dwayne said, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Come again. Yeah.
All right, it is terrible people segment time.
I love this part. I love it.
We're going to kick it off with Katarbi, Carrie, Prejean, Bowler. It is official, guys. She got the official statement, a message from the White House informing her that on behalf of President Donald Trump, I am writing to inform you that your position as a member of the Religious Liberty Commission is terminated effective immediately. Thank you for your service. That came from the Presidential Personnel Office. Please read her response.
President Trump officially removes me from the Religious Liberty Commission for exercising my religious liberty. The only Catholic woman who opposes Zionism was removed as a prelude to the Iran war. This is the email I received from the White House informing me that my position on the Religious Liberty Commission was terminated. Here is my open letter to POTUS.
And she attached a 4-page diatribe.
It's insane.
Which we will not subject you to.
It's so like, cause she, listen, condense it, biatch. Like, be
not this important, okay?
This is the thing. Like, nobody does that. It's like writing this ridiculous, long, crazy love letter to an ex that doesn't want to read it. You know?
Right? Like as if Trump is actually going to spend his time reading her stupid ass letter.
Trump was like, delete. You're fired. That's basically what happened.
So yeah, we're not going to, I didn't read it to be completely honest. I saw how long it is and I was like, TLDR, as the kids say. I'm not reading that. No. But anyway, just a reminder that the people that support her include terrorist organizations.
Of course.
Like CAIR, which is why a lot of people spell her name now CAIR, Carrie, instead of CARRIE.
And she supports them.
Yeah, she even thanked them for their support not long ago. Thank you, CAIR National. I stand against Zionist supremacy.
She's a terrorist lover. She loves terrorists.
So good riddance. Good riddance. I hope she fades into obscurity. We cannot, I mean, the sooner the better. Also, Tucker is talking about the fact that the United States is 100% responsible for that school that got blown up in Iran. He's sure of it, of course, because he's Tucker. And now Candace is suggesting that it was on purpose. And here is her explanation. She said it wasn't a mistake. Israel is required to mass murder children because they worship Baal. Trump does as he is instructed to by Jared Kushner and Bibi Netanyahu.
Okay.
That's what she thinks about President Trump and like it being required of Israelis. She's a complete and utter lunatic. They both are.
She's a total lunatic.
My God.
Oh my God.
And just so evil. Like the fact that she is now going full bore after Erika Kirk's dying mother.
Yeah.
You guys. I could not believe that she wrote what she wrote about Erika's mom, but she did. Please read this.
Lori, is it Francevey? Is that how you pronounce it?
Francevey
is a fraud like the daughter she raised. This woman even divorced her third husband on paper only because she wanted to achieve business contracts designated for independent females. Lyra Ginta and her are still together. He takes care of her. Every person who knows Lori besides her as vile and as someone who's willing to do anything for money and power. Oh, that is the pot calling the kettle black, isn't it? The curated videos of her in a wheelchair were likely directed by her. For the record, the influencers who were instructed to tell you Lori had terminal cancer were lying. There is not a shred of truth to that. Oh my God. Lori fashioned Erika's mind. She is crucial to understanding what Erika is.
It's just disgusting cruelty. It's just cruelty beyond cruelty.
It is. You're absolutely right, Mock. It is. It's just cruelty. Anybody who thinks that this chick is a Christian, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. You need to check yourself. You need to get your Bible. You need to go into your room and you need to stay there for a couple days. Seriously, just stay there. Get yourself out of society and go read your Bible, because this chick is a demon. Like, something is seriously wrong.
Yeah. And I guess her cruelty she's not limited to just being cruel now to Erika. She's cruel to Charlie and things that Charlie believed in. And so now she's making money off of Shabbat Shalom. But I want to point out really quickly that it gets even worse, because she's selling merch that says Daddy's Home Shabbat Shalom. Imagine that. Like, Charlie's never coming home to his kids again, and she's selling merch that says Daddy's home Shabbat Shalom. Mm-hmm. Like, that is that's a level of evil that I cannot even comprehend.
Right. And then
she claims to be his best friend.
Right.
She's the only one that cares about him. She's the only one that's never betrayed him.
Yeah. And then she points fingers at other people and basically says, you just want to make money. You just want to make money off of it. Like, it's all projection at this point. I mean, she's evil, you guys.
And, Charlie cared. He wrote his last book was about Shabbat Shalom.
Yes,
and the fact that he appreciates it. He closed all of his shows with that phrase. Mm-hmm. So just look at what he said last summer, and then look at what she said the other day.
The Sabbath all day long. Well, for me personally, I work like crazy for 6 days. On Friday night, even Sunday morning, I turn my phone off and I try to stop. I try to make it distinct. I try to make it different. It's where I do my best thinking. It's where I do my best time with my family. It's worked for the Jews. They've been kicked out of a lot of countries, and a lot of people have hated the Jews, including right now. And they're thriving, and they're growing, and they continue. I think God has given us a preservative for a civilization, and I believe it is the Sabbath.
Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Good Shabbos. Turn off your phone. Enjoy your family.
I also want to say to you guys who want to support us, you can support us. There's new merch available on the website. This is my fave. You're going to love this. Daddy's Home Shabbat Shalom. We're doing this for Blake. We deeply upset him. And we felt like we wanted to make amends with our refusal to acknowledge how much Shabbat Shalom is real and loved. Daddy's Home Shabbat Shalom crew necks. And we might even start selling dreidels. I don't know right now.
God,
we might start selling dreidels and latkes online.
What an absolute bitch.
God, there's
so many words.
Oh my God.
Just
pure evil.
Absolutely.
Pure evil.
It is, isn't it? It's at a level I never thought I'd see.
It's just, it's absolutely incredible. Now, apparently yesterday's show, which, I don't watch her, but I see all the clips and the teases. She teased her show, and apparently during the show, she showed new camera footage from behind Charlie of the moment that he was shot. And I don't really know the purpose of that. I think she wanted to use that footage to say, see, there's no way that he was shot with the bullet that people say that he was shot with, which has been debunked a gajillion times over. People continue to believe that it's impossible for a 30-06 bullet to have done what it did. I am not a gun expert, but I listen to plenty of folks who are, and it has been explained a million different ways till Sunday. So that was part of her show yesterday, but she also teased it by saying, Charlie Kirk was betrayed. Was it to protect Jeffrey Epstein's network? And Cinema Shogun had a very good analysis of her strategy when she's planning her shows, which we'll get to in a second. But you mentioned just a couple minutes ago that she is not actually Christian. And there is no better evidence than the disdain in which she describes Erika's own faithfulness. And you'll see a clip of that right here.
Convince the public that this is what God wanted. God ordained this. Erika is so godly She cannot even get a sentence out without saying the Lord. And I'm going to be honest, it creeps me out. The whispering creeps me out. It does not fill me with any sense of light. In fact, it fills me with quite the opposite. I feel uncomfortable.
You should not mock that. I mean, good luck with that, lady. Good luck with that.
Right? Like, what is she even thinking? Oh my God. She's a lunatic.
I mean, that's somebody who is intimidated by the Lord. That's somebody who's intimidated by somebody else who is Christ-like or who wants to have, or who has a relationship with God. I mean, good luck with that, Candace.
I know, right? And this is somebody who claims to be like so Catholic. She's got the big cross sitting behind her all the time. It's almost blasphemous at this point that she does. You know what I mean?
I will reserve commentary on that because we get so many emails when I talk about her Catholicism. So I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Well, yeah, it's candy Catholicism, not the normal kind.
She's not a Catholic.
So Cinema Shogun, like I said, great analysis about her redirects all the time. He said Candace Owens had 6 months to connect Charlie Kirk's assassination to Epstein or a possible war with Iran, but she didn't. Instead, we got fantastical stories about bumblebee cults, time travel, Egyptian planes. And then suddenly, when the Epstein files and war with Iran began trending in the algorithm, Candace pivoted to Charlie's assassination being all about Epstein and Iran. Not because of any newly found evidence or connections, but simply because it's trending. And in the grand scheme of things, that's what much of this is all about for her and her minions. Social media algorithms have always censored right-wing voices while boosting attacks from the left. And I can't read this last line.
The attacks on Erika and TPUSA are no different. The algorithm rewards it.
It makes so much sense.
Oh, absolutely. You know? It makes sense. Yeah, we've seen this forever without question. Yeah. And listen, that people on the left are lapping her up. I mean, she's not getting, she's getting right wingers who have literally turned crazy and they're lunatics just like her. We see a lot of right wingers who love her, but the left is lapping her up. I see a lot of, I mean, she's got the liberals. So does Tucker. So does Megyn.
They're doing the left's bidding right now.
Right.
So,
and let's face it, the left doesn't have a lot of podcasts out there for them. You know, it's like we used to work in radio and left-wing radio wasn't good. Right-wing radio was always pretty good. It was robust. It was good. It was quality. I mean, that's like our boss, the president of our company. He was a liberal guy, but he knew that liberal radio wasn't very good. I mean, let's face it, but right-wing radio was. So he knew where his bread and butter would be. And I think the same thing goes with podcasting. There's you don't think?
Oh my God, no. There's so many leftist podcasts. And unfortunately, they are right up there in the top 20 on news commentary.
And they're going, and these people that were on our side are going in that direction. Like that's what they're doing. They're making money and they're doing that. They're doing it under the guise of we were right wingers or we are right wingers. But
That's the biggest selling point.
But they're actually giving people leftist content. That's what they're doing. It's like, because that's what they are. They're not freaking conservatives, you guys. They're not. You cannot tell me that the stuff that they're spewing, the Candaces and the Tuckers of the world, are giving people conservative content.
Oh my God, not even a little bit.
No.
Not even a little bit. And it's interesting because I see these rumors floating around that she's completely teleprompted, that nothing she's doing is off script, that she's completely scripted. And there was a moment yesterday, I saw this floating around where you could really tell. She was reading on her screen some excerpt from something that Erika had written at some point. And then at the end of it, you can see that she gets caught up and is either misreading her teleprompter and then realizes that she's about to say something wrong and then corrects herself in this really weird way. And so just check out this moment because it was weird.
I am happy to collaborate with United Hands Romania Association and Renee Crossman, the president of this organization, but also with the representatives of the Antonio Placement Center. Okay. She says, truly thank you to the many Romanians who sent, I'm sorry, that's me. So like I said, you guys, thank you very much for sending me all of those articles. And
okay, Okay, so wait, well, this is news to me. So you think that, or we are surmising now that like every single bit of her show is all scripted.
I've seen that,
Like
I've
she
seen that
reads.
rumor before, and that, she's very good at acting as though
Right.
she's just thinking of things off the cuff,
Off the cuff.
but that was a moment that was really, really interesting
like,
because
she's like,
something
wait,
went wrong there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she glitched. She totally glitched. So she was
glitched
like,
out.
She's like, wait, so that wasn't my line.
That was me. That was
And
me.
she's like, line. I need my line. Okay, so that was really interesting.
Right?
But,
I know.
yeah.
And so I don't know. I'm not saying I don't know, because I don't know how she does her show, but that was weird.
This is why she doesn't like to go other places to do her show.
That's what people say.
Or interview people in other places, like off her site. She likes to do things on her turf, on her. That is very interesting.
I know. I thought so too.
The plot thickens. The plot thickens. Yes.
All right. So we spent time earlier in the week talking about the Piers Morgan Ben fight. Piers is trying to dig at him even more. Everybody's obsessed with Ben. Ben just continues to kind of do his thing.
Yeah.
But the obsession is real. And so Piers Morgan posted this ridiculous picture again and said, I will reply to little Benji's latest hissy fit on tomorrow's show with a special guest specially booked to make him throw another toddler tantrum. At no time has Ben Shapiro ever thrown a tantrum. He is the calmest, most rational person in all of these fights. And he retweeted Piers saying, never stop click whoring.
I love how both of them are like, well, Ben will be like, you're unethical and you're clickbaity, to both he and Megyn, really. Yesterday I saw a lot of that. And they're both like, you're short.
Right. I mean, that's their go-to.
And then they're like, tune into my show tomorrow. Tune in.
And they also completely mischaracterize. And I said this yesterday, but they're always like, Ben calls us anti-Semitic. At no time has he ever done that. And they keep mischaracterizing his actual reason for calling them both out. So he spent some time on his show yesterday clarifying that really, really well, I would add. The teaser of the show that he posted said, Megyn Kelly is a coward. Piers Morgan is a click whore. None of that has anything to do with Israel or Jews, and criticism is not censorship.
It's true.
Stop with your whiny Jussie Smollett fake victim routine.
Right.
which was
Criticism
so good.
isn't like, she's so into this. He's trying to censor me. No one's trying to censor you.
No one
No
is.
one.
Oh my God,
He's
shut
just
up.
Right. He's just criticizing you. Like she's very tough, or she has been in the past. So just take the criticism. She doles it out to everybody else.
We played that clip of Andrew Klavan the other day saying that when he was going on Megyn's show, she told him, don't talk about Tucker. So who's the real censor here?
Right. Exactly.
I mean,
who's being the baby?
Anyway, so Ben, a lot of his show was spent on this, or not a lot, but like at least 10 minutes or so of it was. We have a couple clips where he makes very clear why he called them out, and he does it in his very normal, calm Ben way, as usual.
Megyn is even more dishonest. I've literally never, not once, mentioned Megyn Kelly, never, in the context of Israel. Ever. My critique of Megyn Kelly began when, and again, go back and watch the tape because it's all on tape, gang. Go back and watch the tape. Megyn wanted me to come and do one of her live events, which we did for free, obviously. It came down as a favor to Megyn because Megyn and I were friendly. And of course, we'd had a long-standing business relationship in which we had really, really helped her launch her business, which she freely admits, or admitted at the time. I don't know if she does anymore. She used to have me on her Fox News show sometimes. Now I see she's taking credit for my entire career. Well, congrats, Megyn, I suppose. And see if you're happy about your decisions. I disagree about my career trajectory, but that's fine. If you want to take credit, sure. In any case, my critique of Megyn on the stage was, why don't you call out Candace Owens for implicating Erika Kirk in the murder of Charlie Kirk? That was my critique on the stage. And why don't you call out Tucker Carlson for glazing Nick Fuentes, the leading enemy of Charlie Kirk? Because Nick Fuentes despised Charlie Kirk, and the feeling was mutual. That was my critique of Megyn. And then she went on to claim that I was lying about Candace and that actually Candace was even, quote unquote, defending in her own way Erika Kirk. Well, that didn't age amazing, as it turns out.
It's true.
So that was the first part. And then here is when he gets into a little bit more of the Jussie Smollett comparison.
So here's what's actually happening. What's actually happening is that there is a game that has now emerged on this part of the right. The game goes something like this. I don't accuse you of anti-Semitism. You instead claim that I did. And then you say, how dare he call me an anti-Semite? He's trying to cancel me. It's the Jussie Smollett of political claims. You attack yourself, and then you claim that I attacked you as an anti-Semite. That's absurd. I think that Tucker Carlson has fostered anti-Semitism by having on some of the worst anti-Semites in America over and over and over, and then essentially laundering their views. I have never remotely called Megyn Kelly an anti-Semite, nor, by the way, did I call Piers Morgan an anti-Semite. I said that his show is the Jerry Springer of politics, a clown car of stupidity, and it is.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's never had anything to do with Israel as much as Tucker and as much as Piers and as much as Megyn want it to be.
I know. This is the thing. He's absolutely right. I agree with him 100%. They're trying to
Team Ben all the way.
Yeah. And again, both of them came back with, he's little, he's short.
That's what is this? What is this? Megyn retweeted it saying, poor little Ben, and I do mean little, desperate for me to protect him? Can you imagine being this emasculated, sad?
I don't think he's emasculated. I think he's doing just fine. I mean, it's like but to go for his height, to go for his stature, come on. Like
It's
he
so
actually,
bad.
he came out with facts.
Yeah.
This is the thing. Again, facts over feelings. That's what he does. He came out and he said, this is what you did. This is what you said. I have the data.
Right.
Now,
and she's
what have
like,
you got?
desperate for me to protect him. I don't even know what that means. And clearly Ben was like, you're the last person I would ever come to ask for protection. He said, exactly. Don't worry, Megyn. I would never ask you to protect me. You won't even protect Charlie Kirk's widow from the monster accusing her of murdering Charlie.
Oh, snap.
So glad. So then she got real mad and wrote a big diatribe that I'm going to have you read. It's a 2-pager. Here is the first part.
You think protecting Erika means calling out Candace. I think if you don't wish to call attention to a negative attack, don't call attention to it. Does that work for you, Ben? May I have your approval now? No, I don't think so. Because you and your little cohort of sick followers aren't mad about anything involving me and Erika Kirk, who you barely know. Trust me, I've checked. You turned on me when I wouldn't defriend Tucker, whose criticism of Israel you can't stand. And when I defended Candace's questions about whether Charlie, before he was killed, was growing more skeptical of Israel. He was. You're right that at Erika's request, I tried to help her and Candace get at an okay place, an effort that failed and which now you mock. But Christians like me are pretty big on forgiveness and reconciliation. I tried to help you and Tucker get there too. Remember, more of my cowardice, I guess.
And then here is the last bit.
One final point. You handled your anger toward me in the most despicable way possible. Did you call me, text me, raise it with me privately after all we've been through together over the years? No. You attacked me on stage at the Turning Point event without so much of a heads up because you were too chicken shit to say it to my face. I texted you afterward and you never responded. You didn't have the balls to have a face-to-face talk or even a text about it. You are the coward, Ben, and your moral preening, priggish lectures, and holier-than-thou judgments are the reason you are losing fans, and more than that, friends at a record rate. You always told me you were a family guy, not a friend guy. I learned the hard way you really meant it.
This is all nonsense because she, after he appeared with her on her tour, on the next stop, she then basically said that Ben lied about Candace not attacking. I mean, he said Candace is essentially implicating Erika in her own husband's murder. And Megyn said that's not true. Like Ben made that up or Ben was lying or whatever. So at that point, I don't think he owed her anything except to say she's clearly not going to stand up for Erika. So I'm going to, and I'm going to call her out, which is exactly what he did and which was the right thing to do.
Right.
And then just as a reminder, when she interviewed with Miranda Devine of the New York Post, because again, she's gone back and forth about the story of, did she make Ben Shapiro? Did he, like, it's so ridiculous the way that she is twisting. She's now saying that she made him, but back in the day, that's not what she said at all. In fact, here's a little clip of what she said about Ben to Miranda Devine.
So Ben used to come on, and then when I was sitting on the couch, a loser, which is what happened to me after NBC, with nobody wanting to hear from me, nobody liking me. The right was like pissed about the Trump stuff, and the left was pissed off about the NBC stint at all, never mind how it ended. I was just sitting there feeling sorry for myself, Miranda, and Ben Shapiro called me and said, MK, get up. You got to get off that couch. You should come out here to California and take a look. They were still out there at what we're doing. And he wasn't trying to hire me. He was just trying to help me. So I went and I looked at the Daily Wire operations, and he got me so excited about the medium. I left and I was like, this is what I want to do. And it took me a couple more months to actually launch the thing, but it really is because of him that I'm here.
Isn't that
what a good friend he is,
Totally.
and successful.
Wow, what a good friend he is. He basically got you doing what you're doing today, which is making gobs of money.
I mean, it's just amazing how that story is now flipped, and she made him because of her his stints on the Kelly. Oh my God, she's just all over the place.
People in this space. This is why it's just you. That's why it's you and me, kid.
That's right, you and me until the end.
You and me until the wheels fall off.
Holy cow!
All of these people are gross.
By the way, remember yesterday when we showed how he's got the eyebrow shirt?
Yeah.
Somebody had the best idea ever. This is not part of his merch line, as far as I'm aware, but somebody suggested that it should be Chia Pet Eyebrow Ben. You guys, this would be amazing.
I would buy it. I would totally buy it. Oh my God.
It's so great. It's so great. Oh my God. Cannot get enough of that.
So
all right.
great.
It's time for Catty Friday. And it involves Megyn still.
Right. We're going to,
because
listen, we have to do this. We have to do this. I saw it yesterday and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, what am I the only person that and then I wasn't the only person that saw it. I looked at the comments. This is the thing. I get to a comment like loop and I'm like, okay, so I'm not crazy. I'm not the only person that sees how completely effed up this is.
It's the most stunning lack of self-awareness you will ever see.
Right.
And we've shown you a lot from Candace.
A lot.
But
this is
saw
crazy,
Margo, Robbie, in person 2 years ago. I was at this media event out in Utah. It was very interesting. And here we are, the two of us together. She looks amazing. This is her, like, relatively unmade up. Both of us had a little makeup on, but not a lot. We were at this event and we looked like two normal humans there, right? Two normal women next to each other. It was an honor to meet her. She just showed up at a fashion show. And she looks absolutely skeletal. Hold on, I'm trying to get my note in exactly where she is. I found it. She is Paris Fashion Week at the Chanel show. Look at her. This is actually sad to me. She has lost the ever so slight fullness that was in her face before. Now she's got the sunken cheek. And I don't know if that is, they say all these Hollywoods are getting that buccal fat removal from their faces, which obviously she did not need. Or the speculation online is that this is Ozempic, that she decided this is her on the right looking normal and stunning. And this is her on the left looking skeletal at the Chanel show. Many questioning now whether she's taking the weight loss drugs. I don't know what the answer is. It's never enough. That's the bottom line.
Okay.
This is Megyn Kelly before.
Right.
Okay. She also had fullness in her face.
And in her arms.
Gone.
Like
and her
arms, I mean, her arms are thin as hell there.
Right. And now she's going to talk about someone else being too thin.
She's doing it. She's actually doing it. We're watching it. You guys, is this body dysmorphic disorder? Because I knew girls in high school that had that. And they had eating disorders. They were anorexic, bulimic. I mean, this is legit. This is a legit thing where they don't see it.
Yeah.
They look in the mirror and they see something totally different. That is a legit thing. Okay. I'm not a therapist,
Megyn's
but
cheekbones now could literally like cut glass.
Right.
She's
Her
so
arms
angular.
are twigs.
Right.
Twig. I was like watching that going, am I what's
happening?
Am I on a different, like, what's happening? And then I put it in the group chat. I'm like, am I the only? And then I went to the comments and I saw that I'm not the only, like, literally everybody in the comments is like, do you have a mirror?
Yeah.
Do you own one? Maybe you should invest. You guys.
Yeah. I could not believe it. Could not believe it.
Okay.
And so concludes Catty Friday. Now we're going on to some fun things. And you guys, perhaps you've heard of cadaver dogs. Not like the best profession for a dog, but they exist for a reason.
Right.
If there is a missing person, a missing corpse, they use dogs to find those corpses sometimes, especially if they're in the water. Well, now, according to Sheriff Grady, there are cadaver otters.
Everyone, Sheriff Grady Judd here. Listen, this is Debbie and Mike, and this is Splash. Splash, as you can see, is an otter. You know what he is? A cadaver finding otter. Now, we're searching for a missing person. And sadly, we fear that she may be in the water that we're about to search. Mike, tell us how Splash works.
Splash is trained on the odor of human remains, and he uses a bubble technique to blow bubbles, and the odor attaches to the bubbles, and he sucks it back in. And then he's got whiskers on the front there that works on magnetic fields, and he's trained to find that. So we're going to use that. Yes, we are.
Do you know today's my birthday? And this is the first time in 53 years of law enforcement we've ever used a cadaver otter. We've used cadaver dogs before. So we're pretty excited, Mike, and we appreciate you coming up here. It's Peace River
Search and Rescue.
Search and Rescue. And they do this as a volunteer service, and we're so appreciative of you.
Thanks for bringing us up, Sheriff.
We look forward to seeing how Splash works.
Yep.
Darling.
Isn't that amazing?
Do you remember when we swam with otters? Do you remember?
Of course I do. Are you kidding?
We
It's
should
like
have
one of
gotten
my
pictures.
favorite memories.
We should have gotten pictures for everybody to see that. You guys.
Like right now?
Yeah, we should do
I
that
should.
at some point. We should show people when we hung out with otters. We hung out with
I know.
otters.
I forget we have like new people sometimes. I
Right.
just forget. I'm just
We
assuming you guys all remember. You guys all remember when we did that?
Remember? A couple years ago? There's otters and giraffes 15 minutes away from me at this place. And it is so cool. It's like
Oh
a
my
really,
God, it's so amazing.
right? We hung out. I mean,
We had breakfast with giraffes and fed
we had
them
charcuterie.
Yeah,
with
it was
giraffes.
so great.
Ridiculous.
And to be honest, they were kind of greedy. Like I wanted more food than I got.
They
I'm just kidding.
all the graham crackers, you guys. They
Totally
ate all of
kidding.
them. I was a little pissed off about the graham crackers. It's true. So fun.
So fun. All right. Speaking of water furry creatures, look at this beaver washing his belly. Look at him.
Oh,
we don't need sound for that. Is that not the cutest thing you ever saw?
That's literally me every morning. It's me. God bless him.
I know. He's so precious.
I'm so fuzzy and fat. I got a fat pooch. Oh my God. It's just menopause, Mark. Leave me alone. So cute.
Isn't that the cutest? I
Yes.
just love that. Love it. Also, this is super cool. So in general, the puppets in general, I'm not a fan. I don't love puppets that are on the,
they remind me of Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, remember the King? You guys, we all have trauma from the King. You remember?
I don't like that. I don't like them in
You're a Gen
general.
Xer, you still wake up screaming from the King. You know what I'm talking about.
But I mean, I can appreciate the difficulty. It's a skill certainly to be able to work the strings and all of that.
It's a skill to traumatize little kids. It's fine.
Right.
It's fine.
And now there are also dog puppets that are terrorizing real dogs because they look so real.
Not okay. I don't know.
Well, it kind of is though. It's super cute. I loved this one. Yeah, I feel bad for the real dog because the real dog is kind of freaking out.
Right. I don't like that.
It's pretty neat, you guys. Look at this. This is kind of amazing. That dog on the right is fake.
Oh, I don't. That dog on the left is I don't know what is going on.
Look at how real that is.
It does look really real.
There he is. He's
He's like, that MFer isn't real.
That's amazing. Okay, that is amazing.
So weird.
I want you to imagine for a moment, because I know a lot of times you say your dogs are criminals.
They are. They're criminals.
But they are not anything compared to this criminal behavior. I would absolutely lose my mind. Behold.
Uh-oh. It's already bad. Oh. Like how he's like, what?
And they're like, how far into the house did you actually go?
It's just mud, right? Okay. I mean, it's all the way into the house.
But it's literally everywhere.
My dogs would have done this. I mean, I feel like my dogs, they totally would have done this. And I would have been like, great.
No. Oh my God.
He's like, what? Oh, what?
Hazel.
She has no idea.
She's just like, I'm just walking around.
She's like, you want to go outside? It's fine.
All right. And lastly, we have a little montage of dogs being called without being called.
Dogs. Here it comes. Oh my God. Hey, what are you doing? What a beautiful boy. Hey. I love them. All of them.
I know, they're so great. So great. Okay, it is time to read a couple reviews from the Apple Podcast platform. We would love to have your review included because eventually we're going to get through them all.
Okay.
Unless they keep coming, which would be like the best problem to have ever.
Yes.
Read these couple.
Yay. From Rachel Yacht.
Or Rachel Elliott? Rachel
Elliott.
Yeah. Rachel Elliott.
I've been listening to this podcast daily for about 6 months now, and I wish I had found it sooner. Love the balanced, insane reporting. This is my #1 podcast choice when I go for daily walks. Love from Israel. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Love it. Love it. Love
Sweet.
it. Here's another.
All-time fave podcast. I wish I would have known about this podcast since day one. I started listening in 2021 and love your take on what's happening in America and the world. I appreciate your stance on so many issues like backing Israel and President Trump putting America first. It gives me a wide variety of what is happening without the leftist ideals spinning our news. Keep up the super job you both do. Thank you.
That is so lovely.
So sweet.
And then over on Locals, Tracy Krause says, hello, as a Gen Xer, I am amazed by how Daisy recalls so many pop culture facts from the 80s and 90s. I can barely remember what I did 5 minutes ago, much less decades.
I don't either. I don't remember what I did 5 minutes ago, but I do remember that. I don't figure that one out.
The David Byrne coat reference in yesterday's show had me laughing out loud. Hey, I had that first. I'm the one that showed the picture of his coat. Give me some credit. But yeah, you do have a lot of references.
I do have the 80s references.
You're like the Dennis Miller of our show.
I love 80s stuff. I'm a Gen Xer through and through, you guys. Love that generation.
Roth Lady Wright said, all of this for your safety is exactly how Iran was taken over 47 years ago. If you don't know history, you're doomed to repeat it. It's insane. People don't see this. I'm thanking God my son is finally starting to see what I've been screaming about for years. I will not stop screaming until everyone around me hears and sees. This is some straight up bullshit.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy if we don't fight back.
On Venmo, Stephanie Henning said, my JROTC 8th grader received notice last night that all ROTC, JROTC, and similar are not allowed to wear uniform until further notice. Wild times.
My God, that is heartbreaking.
Oh my God.
Not okay.
Not okay. Tammy Watts said, yikes, I might have been connected to Jeffrey Epstein. I have inhaled air that he may have exhaled. holy cow, Candace is nuts.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Now you.
Marcy Peralez. Good morning, Mock and Daisy. Happy Friday. Hope you have a wonderful weekend planned. See you on Monday. Much love. You guys will not see me on Monday. I have spring break next week, so I will be gone. And Mock will be here with Jason Hammer.
Yeah, you guys, it's going to be a dude.
Mm-hmm.
And if you followed us in our radio days, then you will remember the Hammer and Nigel show. Jason Hammer is going to be filling in for Daisy next week.
Yeah, super excited. Super excited.
We're going to see how that's going to go. We used to co-host with him when, one of us was gone on our radio show. And so we're very comfortable with him, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It won't be the same, obviously, but Daisy's going to be in Hawaii. So like, don't be upset for her.
Right. I've never been to Hawaii, and we haven't been on a family vacation in years. So I'm very excited to go. So yes, we will be there for the week, and he will be hanging out with Mock. I'm sure he'll do a tremendous job. You guys will love him. Samantha Capehart. My husband and I have spent over 4 years apart deployed. That's not even counting all the training we've had to do. All that effort in terrorism in our backyard. It's unbelievably disappointing. It is.
I know.
That is such great perspective, Samantha. It's disrespectful to the people who serve,
Totally. Yep.
Shelly Bolton, Daisy, your hair is amazing. Oh my goodness. You both are gorgeous as always. Also, if anyone hasn't clicked the like button yet, do it.
Aw.
Thank you. Thank you, Shelly. Elle Weens, Daisy, your hair looks amazing. Mock, I love when you wear your hair down. Looks so awesome. Hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Happy Friday. Hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Happy Friday. I got that twice. Thank you. That's very, very sweet. Shelly Irwin. Yesterday in Toledo, Pete Buttigieg went to Tony Pacos with our mayor. He autographed a bun. The first celeb to do this was Burt Reynolds in the 70s.
Is that just because not a lot of celebs go to Toledo?
I don't know.
Is like, because he is not in the same category, I'm sorry, as Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
not even close.
Nope. Let me see. Let me move this up a little bit. Okay. Bo Mama 8. I watched Melania last night. Y'all, just when I thought I couldn't love her more, boom, I love her more. So I want to watch that on the plane. Like, that's something I want to watch this weekend or this week. I've been saving it and I can't wait. How long is it? Is it like a 2-hour movie?
It's like an hour and a half, I think.
Okay. And everybody says it's so good. So I can't wait to see
But you have to
really
zone in.
focus.
Because so much of it, there just isn't even any dialogue. You're just watching things. You know what I mean?
I'll be able to focus for sure. Karen Elliott 2903. Call me Islamophobic. I remember 9/11. It's real. And I have snakeophobia. I'll admit it. Libs think if you're nice to a bully, they won't hurt you. That's right, Karen.
Mm-hmm.
Karen Elliott 2903. Please pray for my hubby. He's flying tomorrow. Yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could use the prayers.
Just get there early, man. Just
we're
get there real early.
Pray for everybody that's flying this weekend. Supernova, so exhausted by this evil world. Most of my family are majorly brainwashed. Oh, I'm sorry. Honestly, if it wasn't for COTR and everyone here, I don't know what I would do. Thank God for the two of you. Well, we thank God for you, Supernova. All of you. Bo Mama 8. As the crime, chaos, corruption escalate, I can't help but compare it to the movies Escape from New York, LA. I know there's my age showing again. It's a little frightening. No, but we know exactly what you're talking about. Kelly Bassico 4862. If Ayatollah you once, Ayatollah you 1,000 times. These people are not the same as us. That's right.
If Ayatollah once,
Ayatollah again. MTF 485. Ha, nice try. Cardboard can't make statements. G White 053. Mamdani is clueless. What a stupid idiot. Yeah.
Yep.
Supernova. Hey, please hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the little bell. COTR helps us all keep our immunoglobulin levels stabilized. For Maud Bryan. We do. We try to help you guys do that. Jonathan Bartman 6687. Thank you for all you do. You are appreciated. Thank you, Jonathan. Marcy Perales. I loved hearing about how the special dinner meant to our service personnel. I did too.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube is blocking me from using certain words, so it doesn't mean as much as what I wanted to say. God bless our troops.
I don't understand YouTube's filter thing. Like, it's so
they're so
picky.
Stupid. They're so communist. Arnurm, happy Friday the 13th. I want to comment on every story, but none of those comments are more important than saying, I love that hair color, Daisy. Here's some more hair dye money. Thank you. It's going to fade. You know, red is actually more of my natural color. I'm more of a redhead.
You can completely tell because like your brows are the same. Like it's all blending in.
I just need to, but it kind of fades, you know what I mean? So I'm more of a, but yeah. So, well, thank you. Thank you for the hair dye money. Tilt-a-whirl 72. Shout out to Cinema Shock Shogun. Yes. Go show him some love. He's awesome. He is interactive and always has the DL on the most recent headlines. He's great. We like him too. Brian Brumley. I am pretty sure that the Babylon Bee was right. Megyn needs to eat a Snickers. She does. Yeah. Maybe she's just angry. She just needs some food. She needs some mac and cheese. I think that would be helpful. Yeah.
I had that last night.
Oh, I love mac and cheese, right? That's why we're happier. You know?
Totally.
Yeah. Supernova. Looks like I will be adopting 2 dogs. Jack Russell and Westy Boys.
Oh my
long
gosh.
story. But now which one I will call Piss Fingers. Just kidding about the name. No, really.
I mean, it's a great name. It's a
you
great
could call
name.
him PF for short. Piss Fingers. It's a great name.
Or then you could just call him Chang, and then like this whole cycle would be complete because it would
There
like
you
be
go.
PF Chang, and then you would just, or you could just like call him Changy or whatever. I'm not going to name your dogs.
PF Chang. She wants to, but she won't. Marshawn 2027. A little something from a grandpa.
It's a big something.
It is
That's
a big something. Thank you. It's very generous. A little something from a grandpa in New Mexico. It's from the Corazon y con mucho amor. I know what that means. It's from the heart and with much love. I was a Spanish minor and I understood that. Look at that. Look at it coming in handy.
I know. Look at that.
Right? I've been watching since 2016 and you have helped me through many a day. Daisy, as a Catholic, I completely understand what you are saying. You do, because I love you. I just don't think that she's a Catholic and she's doing you dirty.
Yeah.
P.S.
for
We
real.
love dogs too. God bless you. Thank you so much, Marshawn. That was very, very sweet and very generous. Laura Burns, $4.99. My first time sending a super chat. Finally figured it out. Daisy, you are my
Aw.
spirit animal. Thank you, Laura. Thank you for being here. FFS Jenny O 7854. Twinning, Daisy. Re-gingered and prepped for St. Patty's Day yesterday. Look at us. We're Irish twins. That's us today. You guys were bringing it in. I'll miss you guys next week. I will. I'm
No, you
excited most about macadamia. I mean, really, I will. I haven't taken a vacation in a while. Like, it's really weird taking a vacation, like with, you know,
you
just-
do.
I'm like, I do. I feel a little guilty. Isn't that weird? I feel a little guilty taking
It
a
is
vacation.
weird. You shouldn't at all.
I know I shouldn't, but I do. And I will miss you guys and it'll go fast. You know what I mean? Because there's probably going to be like 1,000, you know how the news cycle is. There's,
Believe me. I know.
God help us all. You guys have a fantastic weekend. Have fun next week. And then I will see you in a week and she'll see you on Monday.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
See you Monday. Bye.
Hello, beautiful people. This is the Chicks on the Right's Indian correspondent. Thank you for watching or listening. Be very sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on all of their delicious content. Okay, thank you. Come again.